What role did the USA and Japan play in French Indochina? Imagine a region caught between powerful nations, each with their own plans and interests. French Indochina, which includes Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, was just such a place during the early to mid-1900s. It was a French colony, but the story of what happened there involves Japan and the United States in ways that shaped its future. Japan's role began during World War II when they saw French Indochina as a strategic target. In 1940, after France was defeated by Nazi Germany, Japan moved in and took control of the colony. They wanted to cut off supplies to China, which was resisting Japanese invasion. The key supply route was the Kunming, Haiphong Railway in northern Vietnam, so Japan aimed to block arms and fuel shipments through Indochina. At first, Japan let the French run civil affairs under the Vichy government, so they shared control. Japan's military held the real power, though, and used Indochina's resources like rice, rubber, and oil to support there were efforts in Southeast Asia and China. This occupation weakened French authority and created chaos. Japan's presence made the French colonial system less stable, and it also sparked Vietnamese nationalist and communist movements. In 1945, Japan feared the French might switch sides and support the Allies, so they launched a coup called Operation Mago. They disarmed French forces and installed a puppet Vietnamese government under Emperor Bao D-stroke letter 1EA1I. But real power stayed with the Japanese military, and the Vietnamese were left to navigate this new, uncertain situation. The United States' role was different. During most of World War II, America saw Vietnam as a French colony that would eventually be returned to France. Their main goal was defeating Japan and supporting China's fight against the Japanese invasion. The United States Office of Strategic Services, which was a precursor to the Central Intelligence Agency, started covert operations in Vietnam in 1945. They worked with Vietnamese guerrillas, including members of the Viet Minh, to gather intelligence and disrupt Japanese forces. Still, this cooperation was limited and focused on defeating Japan, not supporting Vietnamese independence. After Japan surrendered in 1945, the United States supported France's return to control Indochina. Their goal was to contain communism during the Cold War, not to promote independence for Vietnam. Over time, this led to increased American involvement in Vietnam, first backing the French and later supporting South Vietnam against communist forces. The influence of Japan's occupation and the weakening of French control set the stage for the long conflict that would follow, known as the Vietnam War. So, Japan's occupation disrupted French rule and used Indochina's resources for its war effort. It also briefly installed a puppet government, which stirred Vietnamese nationalist feelings. Meanwhile, the United States initially paid little attention but then covertly worked with Vietnamese fighters against Japan. After the war, the U.S. supported France's attempt to re-establish control, shaping the course of history in this region.